So let us take a look at how to implement the Human Handover Node in Conferbot. To start off with, let us create a brand new chatbot. So as soon as you create a chatbot, it would take us to the flow builder. And from there, let me edit the welcome message, change it to Conferbot. Okay. And so to start off with, let us add a few choices to choose from. So to do that, use the choice node, and then let's say, please choose an option. The first one would be about us. The second, let's go with contact us, or rather our address. Yeah. Third one would be the actual human handover node, which is talk to us. So let us connect it to the welcome node, and let us use a few send message node to respond to the first two options. So about us would be we help people build a chatbot without coding. The second option would be, let me just duplicate the first one, and yeah. Here would say, let us say, we are from Earth, based out of Earth, yeah. And before we implement the talk to us, what we can do is there is this node called as business hours node. So what it does is you can set the open timings of your business and when exactly your agents would be available, right? So this is the business hours node. And if the time falls between your set open business hours, it would take the flow direction of open, else you can, to take the closed one. So let's say my business is open on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And on Monday, let me change the timings from 9 to 1, and then from 2 to probably 2 to 6 probably. Yeah, 6. Let's go with 6. And you also have the option of excluding specific dates within the selected days of the week. So let's say we have chosen Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Let's say on Thursday you don't want those dates to be available. You can quickly exclude them. So what would happen is once you can, this node is popularly combined with the human handover node. So let's say you're open, you can take them to the human handover, else you can quickly show them another message saying that we are currently closed. Yeah. So we're currently, please try again later. Okay, so this is what it is. And please try again later. Let us close the loop to take us back to the original. So let's configure the human handover node. So the handover message is the initial message that would be shown to the visitor when they first initiate the human handover. And the waiting message is the message that will be shown. And max wait time is the maximum amount of time before the fallback message would be shown. The fallback message will be shown if no agent responds within the given max wait time. And so there are two kinds of assignment strategies. One is automatic and manual. To start off with, let's go with the automatic. And so if you were to choose manual, you can set the agents who would be assigned in this flow. And agents would be chosen in the order you have selected. And you can also enable the handover sound whenever a notification comes. You can select a node, or you can even upload your own notification sound. And let's say the pre-chat question, you can add questions. Let's say in the flow, if you have not connected any details about the user up to this point, you can, request their names or email. Let's go with email. And yeah. And also, let's say you can also enable the post-chat survey question, which is simply a question like, how would you rate this conversation, something like that, just to get to know how well the agent performed. So let's now preview the flow. So before that, let us add another message after the human handover saying that have a wonderful, yeah, perfect. So let's connect that, save the flow. Now let's publish it. If you take a look, so there are no published versions yet. And this published version history helps you keep a track of all the previous versions. So in case you want to roll back to a previous version of the chatbot, you can restore that. And so it's published now. You can see that it's published. Now what we'll do is let us preview the chatbot flow. So when you click on it, it should take us to the choices. So let's click on About Us or our address. It should. Let us close the loop so that we don't have to go back to it each time we click on the other two options. Okay, so now let us click on the Our Address. It would simply go back to the original choices node. Same with the About Us. And if we were to click on the Talk to Us option, it should take us to the Business Hours node. And it says, sorry, it's taking the closed path because today is a Sunday and I might have not enabled it on Sunday. So let's take a look at our Human Handover node. The configuration, let me close this. Click on the Human Handover node. And, oh, sorry, my bad. I mean the Business Hours node. Let me select the notifications on in the meantime. Close this. Go back to the Business Hours node. Yeah, today is a Sunday. I'm recording this on a Sunday, so I forgot to enable it. And let me set it to late midnight. It's almost 9:30 now, so let's set it to 12:45. Now if we were to save and preview it, okay, let me publish this version too. So you can see that the second version is published now. And if I were to preview it, it should take the open direction of the Business Hours node. So Talk to Us. In the preview, you won't be able to see the Human Handover in action, but you can see that it has taken the direction of the Human Handover node. So what we'll do now is let us embed it on a live chatbot that I have running locally and test this out. So I'm going to bring the window right over here. And yeah, so About Us, the same thing. And let's say address. It's going to go back to the original choices node. And when we click on Talk to Us, since we have enabled the pre-chat questions, it's going to ask the questions that we had configured over there. So the first one would be the name, we enter name, and then the email. So once we enter that, we are supposed to get a notification on, yeah, there you see the maximum wait time would be 2 minutes. And the other, since we have set it on auto, it's going to select the least busy agent right now. Let's take a look at it. We have set it on auto, the assignment strategies. So that is why the agent got that. Let's say he accepts it. You'll see that he would be assigned the chat, and you can see the agent one join message. And even the live chat would get the same message. The first message has to be sent by the agent, and subsequent messages can be sent by either of the parties. So we even have the option of enabling or disabling the visitor input. Let's say you want to disable okay, let's first test out the upload option. So the visitor will be able to upload any file on the chat as well, and you can access it. And if I were to disable the visitor input, the visitor won't be able to, type anything. So if you can enable it, they'd be able to type again. So that's another feature. And if you were to enter /, you can invite another teammate of yours onto the chat. And since we invited them, you would see a notification pop up. There you go. So the notification popped up, and you can also see the notification on the left side, notification bell icon. And you can join the chat either using that or the pop-over notification that came on the top right corner. And you would see the message here as well that the other agent has joined. There you go. So you can see that, let's just send a quick message. So all three people are in the chat right now. So what I'll do is you can see that the leave chat button has been enabled right now. That's because there's more than one agent in the chat. If the other one wants to leave, they can just click on the leave chat and they can leave without ending the chat. So let me type a message from here and then say that I'm going to leave. And you can also view the ticket of the current events that have happened. The chat started then, ticket opened, agent got attempted, the agent got assigned, this agent invited him, and the agent assigned. So I'm going to leave the chat. So as soon as they leave the chat, you can see the leave chat button on the other agent's input disappeared, and if you end the chat, both the agents would leave. So this is pretty much how the entire human handover flow works, right? So let me end the chat. Okay, let me end the chat. And the flow would continue to where it was left. Okay. So let us go back to the human handover node. Let us try the other algorithm on the human handover node. So we saw the auto assign. Now let's try the other assignment strategy where you can manually set the users that you want to assign it to. Or sorry, agents. Let's increase the max wait time to 3 and change the assignment strategy to manual. So it would be the agents would be assigned in the sequence or the order that you have selected them here. So the first agent assigned would be the person you're currently viewing. So let's start the chat and then click on, let me adjust the screen size. And so let's say you click on talk to you, the same thing, name and then email. So this chat should begin as soon as I hit enter. You would see a pop-up notification. There you go, you saw that, and then you can see the max wait time is 3 minutes, the one we just set. So you can either join using the pop-up. Let's say we decline it, what would happen is the next available agent would automatically get the handover request. And let's say they accept it and they won't be able to send a message. Okay, now after they send a message, let's view the ticket. Let's just send another message here. And you would even see the status of when the agent declined. You can see that the agent was attempted and they declined it, and the other agent was attempted and they accept. So let's say right now, let us invite the other agent back, and this guy would get the notification. Let's say they accept the chat, and you can see both the leave chat and the end chat buttons got enabled. Let them send a quick message, respond. Again, visitor input, you can disable at any time for them to not send any message. So there's that. And let's say if an agent ends the chat, it would end the chat for both the agents. You can see that it got in. And what would happen is both the agents would leave immediately. You can see that the ticket closed and then agent 1 left and the other agent also left. So that was what would happen if any of the agent ends the chat when there are multiple agents present. And so this is pretty much how you use a human handover node in Conferbot to set up live chat on your web app or website to support your visitors or any person who wants to inquire in real time. Let me quickly test another thing. Talk to us, and if I were to say, you can see that it's closed right now since I disabled Sunday, and it would go back to the main options. So yeah, this is how you use the human handover node.